What if a luxury bag selling for over $1 million begins as nothing more than a plain sheet of leather inside a high-tech factory? At first glance, it looks ordinary, smooth, unfinished, and flat. But inside this controlled industrial space, that simple material is transformed through a careful blend of technology and craftsmanship. Massive hydraulic presses shape the surface with engineered precision. Skilled technicians monitor temperature, pressure, and timing down to the second. Nearby, experienced artisans examine each sheet by hand, checking texture depth, flexibility, and consistency. Every step must be exact. Even a slight variation can affect the final appearance. The distinctive monkey-inspired pattern isn't taken from wildlife. Instead, it is digitally designed and embossed onto premium leather. To create a bold, exotic visual effect, layers of dye and protective finishes are added to enhance contrast and durability, giving the material its signature depth and shine. What emerges is more than decorated leather. It's a carefully engineered luxury material, one that will soon be cut, stitched, and assembled into a limited edition handbag valued not just for its look, but for the precision, labor, and exclusivity behind its creation. Monkey pattern. Leather does not come from monkeys. Instead, it refers to premium leather that has been embossed or printed with a primate-inspired texture. Designers carefully engineer these patterns to create an exotic visual effect while using traditional materials like cowhide or calfskin. The result is a bold, high-contrast surface that stands out in the world of luxury fashion without relying on rare or prohibited animal sources. Luxury brands use patterns like this to create something that feels uncommon and instantly recognizable. Texture plays a powerful role in how we perceive value. A flat surface reflects light evenly, but a deeply embossed pattern creates shadows, highlights, and movement. That visual depth makes the material feel more dynamic, more detailed, and ultimately more exclusive. In today's U.S. luxury market, exclusivity drives demand. Limited edition textures are often produced in small batches, sometimes for a single seasonal release. Scarcity increases desirability. Collectors and fashion investors pay close attention to rare finishes, knowing that certain designs may never be produced again. High-end handbags are no longer viewed as simple accessories. For many buyers, they represent wearable assets. Some limited edition pieces appreciate in value over time, especially when craftsmanship, brand reputation, and rarity align. Auction results and resale platforms have shown that distinctive materials can significantly influence long-term worth. In this context, monkey pattern leather becomes more than a design choice. It represents strategy, a blend of visual innovation, controlled production, and market psychology. Behind every textured surface is a calculated effort to transform ordinary leather into a statement piece that holds both aesthetic and financial appeal. The process begins with raw material selection. Only premium cowhide or calfskin is chosen, valued for its smooth grain, strength, and flexibility. Each hide is carefully inspected under bright lighting. Technicians check thickness, elasticity, and surface clarity. Even small imperfections can affect the final product, so only the highest quality sections move forward. Next comes tanning and conditioning. Through vegetable or chrome tanning, the raw hide is stabilized to prevent decay and increase durability. The stage transforms perishable material into long-lasting leather. Natural oils and conditioners are then added to maintain softness, while preserving structural strength. Once prepared, the leather moves into pattern engineering. Designers use digital modeling tools to create a detailed monkey-inspired texture. The design is transferred onto heavy steel embossing plates, engraved with microscopic precision to capture every line and contour. During heat embossing, the leather is placed beneath a hydraulic press under carefully controlled heat and pressure. The pattern is permanently imprinted into the surface. Timing is critical. Too much pressure can damage the grain. Too little reduces definition. When done correctly, the structure remains strong while the texture becomes deeply defined. Color layering follows. Multiple dye applications enhance depth and contrast, allowing shadows and highlights to emerge across the raised pattern. Protective. Finishes are added to improve scratch resistance and guard against moisture. The treated leather is then cut using laser-guided systems to reduce waste and ensure exact dimensions. Skilled artisans stitch each panel with reinforced seams for durability. Finally, custom hardware, often plated in gold or palladium, is attached. Each bag is assembled, shaped, inspected, and polished by hand, completing the transformation from raw hide to luxury accessory. In the world of luxury handbags, rarity can dramatically influence value. Limited production runs are a key strategy. When a specific texture or pattern is released in small quantities, demand often exceeds supply. On the resale market, certain limited edition bags have been known to sell for 2 to 5 times their original retail price. Scarcity creates urgency, and urgency drives long-term collector interest. Behind the scenes, even the tools used to create these designs reflect a significant investment. Custom steel embossing plates, engineered with microscopic precision, can cost tens of thousands of dollars to produce. Each plate must capture fine details that will be pressed permanently into the leather. Because these plates are built for durability and accuracy, they are manufactured to exact industrial standards, often requiring specialized engraving technology. Labor also plays a major role in value. Some high-end handbags require more than 20 hours of skilled craftsmanship from start to finish. That time includes cutting, stitching, edge finishing, shaping, hardware installation, and detailed inspection. In luxury production, speed is less important than consistency and precision. Texture itself contributes more than decoration. The depth of an embossed surface changes how light reflects across the bag. Raised patterns create highlights and shadows that shift as the bag moves. This dynamic reflection enhances what many describe as the luxury look, especially under retail lighting or on camera. When combined, limited supply, high tooling costs, skilled labor, and visual depth, these factors help explain how certain bags move beyond fashion items and become highly valued collector pieces. Quality control is built into every stage of production. Before a finished bag ever reaches a boutique, it passes through multiple inspection points. Technicians test stitching strength to ensure seams can withstand daily use. Color is examined under controlled lighting to confirm consistency across every panel. Even pattern alignment is carefully reviewed, making sure embossed textures flow evenly from one section to another. If a detail falls short, the piece is reworked or removed from the line. Material sourcing is equally structured. The leather used in these products typically comes from regulated suppliers that follow established animal byproduct laws. In most cases, hides are sourced as secondary materials from the food industry, ensuring that raw materials are part of an existing agricultural system rather than harvested independently for fashion alone. Documentation and traceability standards help brands verify compliance with domestic and international regulations. Environmental practices have also evolved. Many modern tanneries are increasing their use of eco-friendlier tanning agents designed to reduce harmful chemical discharge. Advanced wastewater treatment systems filter and recycle water used during processing, helping lower environmental impact. While leather production remains resource-intensive, technological improvements aim to make operations more efficient and responsible. Inside the factory, material efficiency is closely tracked. Digital cutting systems map each hide to minimize excess trimming and reduce waste. Offcuts are often repurposed for smaller accessories or recycled into bonded materials. Together, strict inspections and sustainability measures reflect a broader shift in luxury manufacturing, where craftsmanship, compliance, and environmental awareness now move forward side by side. $1 million bag is never defined by pattern alone. Its value is shaped by a combination of engineering precision, skilled craftsmanship, and carefully controlled scarcity. Every stage, from material selection to embossing, stitching, and final inspection, contributes to the finished product's identity. The pattern may capture attention, but it is the structure, durability, and labor behind it that sustain long-term worth. The monkey pattern design represents more than a bold visual choice. It reflects how modern luxury blends advanced technology with time-honored techniques. Digital modeling meets traditional leatherworking. Hydraulic presses work alongside hand finishing. Tools innovation does not replace craftsmanship, it enhances it. As demand for rare textures continues to grow, the future of high-end leather goods will likely depend on balance. Brands must combine exclusivity with responsible sourcing, precision manufacturing with sustainability improvements. Consumers are increasingly aware of how products are made, not just how they look in the end. These bags symbolize more than fashion. They represent a controlled process where design, discipline, and limited availability intersect, and in that intersection, ordinary leather becomes something far more valuable. A statement of modern luxury shaped by both tradition and progress.